Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Shirley Talk. I am Mike Mulrooney.
And I'm Kelly Duckworth.
Kelly, you a doctor?
Nope.
Nurse?
Nope.
EMT?
Nope.
Psychologist?
Nope.
Anything?
Nope.
Nothing in the medical field. Me neither. So we point that out because this is for entertainment purposes only. These are our opinions and the things that we have learned from our cancer patients. And today we're going to talk about government waste. And I think this will be very entertaining, and it may upset some of you, and that's okay. You know, if you
I'm
get
also
upset,
not
that's
in the
fine.
government.
You're not in the government?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I've talked about running for office one day, but I just don't know that politicians, typically when I see politicians get elected, they have their own agenda. And once they get elected, they kind of lose focus on what they told the people because they're there to try and get something passed for their own purposes. So I don't think I'd be a very good politician because I would be a little more outspoken. I wouldn't be a Trump for sure, but call people names, but I would be loud. I would let people know what it is we need to do in this country to make changes. So, but today we got a lot of government waste projects that we looked up, and we'll give you some I don't know, web links that you can go check this stuff out and form your own opinion. And some of this might not even be true. I don't know, but whether they're true or not, a lot of them are kind of funny.
Yeah. And honestly, when you said, hey, we're going to do a podcast about government waste, I thought you meant like how much garbage we throw away.
Hey, we can cover that one day.
How much the country wastes products. So when I looked it up and I seen it was all about the money that they waste. Yeah, it was funny.
That's insane. You know, the first one we did when I posted on social media asking people what it is that they've seen that people or the government had wasted money on. And the first one came up. Is his name John Stossel? He's a reporter, and he's a fairly well-known reporter. But did you watch that video?
Yeah, I got halfway through it, and that's all I needed to see.
Yeah, I didn't. The point is not where it's at. I think it's in New York. I don't know. Go watch the video. Look up the $2 million bathroom, and you'll watch a YouTube video that talks about the money that they spent on his bathroom. And I was thinking, I think the perfect something like that would be solid stainless steel, and so you can go in there and just hose everything down. I didn't see the inside of this bathroom very well, but it doesn't look like they built it that way. But they spent $2 million on a bathroom.
I mean, it looks like
it took them 7 years.
7 years to build it?
I think that's what it said.
I didn't get that far through.
So we'll have to watch it again. But it took I believe they compared it and said they built the Empire State Building faster than it took them to build this bathroom.
Wow, there's nothing there.
I don't know. I can't get it. I don't understand. But look up the $2 million bathroom for those of you that are listening and watch this. It will infuriate you because they built a bathroom someplace else. I think again in New York City. And did you see how much that cost?
$270,000.
$270,000. So 1/5 of what the government spent on this 2 million bathroom. They spent $271,000 to build a nicer, bigger, better bathroom than they did on this $2 million.
Probably didn't take 7 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people talk about we need universal health care, and I don't disagree with that. But if you've got the government spending $2 million on a bathroom, what do you think they're going to do to the healthcare system if they can't do a bathroom very efficiently? I really think we need some sort of health care for everybody, but at what cost? And if we spend $2 million on a bathroom, there's no telling what heart surgery would cost, or what the going thing in my age group, not yours. The going thing in my age group is hip and knee replacements. And I don't even know what that costs. And insurance covers that. That would probably quadruple if the government ran the system.
I think so.
I hate to pick on the government because I love this country, but man, we do some crazy things. So that was the first one, is a $2 million bathroom. And then, the reason we're covering this is because we waste all of this money, but yet we say we don't have additional funds to put towards finding cures for things like cancer or for diabetes or for whatever disease. And it makes it look like the people aren't as important to the government as they should be. Because they do these crazy things. What's the next one you got on your list there, Kelly?
This one says that $28 million was spent on licensing fees for camo that stands out for the Afghan National Military.
Wow. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. So it looked like they were looking to see, why would you put bright orange on somebody in the military?
I don't know.
I mean, the whole point of camo is to blend in and people can't see you. So they spent $28 million. I don't understand that. When you can look it up, this was actually off the Reader's Digest website, rd.com, list wasteful government spending. And this one was on there. So I don't know the way they worded it, if it's licensing fees for the products to be able to buy them from this company. I don't know. But the point is they spent $28 million on this. $28 million.
That's 14 bathrooms.
Your math is getting amazing. Your math is getting amazing.
I double checked myself too.
Was you a calculus whiz or something in school?
No, not at all.
No, algebra. I didn't know algebra was until I got in high school. My kids are taking algebra in grade school, I think in 4th grade. And
geometry was mine. Like, I'm bad enough at math, but then you throw the shapes in there with it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Throws me for a loop.
Statistics got me. I couldn't ever figure that out. It would easier for me to roll a dice 10,000 times and figure out the outcome than it was to try and figure it out in a math program. But yeah, your math is getting great. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. So here's another one. $5 million on branded items to spread a not cool message about smoking. So, that's a lot of money for the government to spend on something like that. And I get it. Smoking isn't cool anymore.
But does it really work?
I don't know.
I mean, you still have millions of people that smoke. So is it really working? And
refuse to set them down. I mean, some people smoke because it's habit, because they're used to it. It's something they like to do. And hey, by all means, do it. But for years, these cigarette companies spent millions and probably billions on. You probably don't know this. The Marlboro guy, the Marlboro man. Did you ever seen that? He was a cowboy riding a horse, and he was cool because he was smoking Marlboro. Yeah. Or the Camel, Joe Camel. Is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
there's a camel on a cigarette pack. I know.
Yeah. We should look those up because the younger generation doesn't know the Marlboro man or the Camel. The Camel, I think, used to always have a cigarette in his mouth. So I don't know why they thought being a camel was cool. But the Marlboro man was really cool. At that time, Westerns were big, and every Western had most of them smoked. So, I guess everybody thought that was cool. So I can see their reasoning for making smoking not cool. But I don't know. $5 million seems like a lot to spend on that, but we do need to get smoking out of our lives. I agree with that. Thank you, Andrew.
Better for the video, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
See my face.
Yeah, see our ugly mugs. So the one thing when we started doing podcasts, we didn't think we'd be seen, but now here we are on video.
Yeah, and then we seen Andrew out, and he was like, "Oh man, you all look so nice tonight." Like, man, we look that bad when we come in here.
Come in here in hoodies and sweatshirts, and
it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. Early. Yeah, it's early. It's late for me, early for you. I know. Yeah. So here's another one. This one really blew me. So
this is hilarious.
The $5 million on branding and spreading the not cool message around smoking, I'm okay with that. I think that's money probably well spent to keep people, because I see a lot more young people smoking than I used to. I don't know if they're thinking it's cool. Yeah, no, I don't know if they're thinking it's cool.
Or my generation vapes now.
Yeah, y'all are crazy anyway. I don't get that one. But
I don't either.
Yeah, I was sitting in a pizza place the other day, and somebody's vaping in that building. I saw a huge cloud of smoke, and I thought he was literally smoking, but it wasn't. It was a vape cloud.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that either.
Yeah. Anyway, but this next one, baffles me. I don't even know what a Japanese quail is, but they spent 508 again. Look this stuff up for yourself, and this stuff may not be true, but Reader's Digest, for years it was a really good magazine, and in my day, people got Reader's Digest set on their TV table, and they could read Reader's Digest and read the articles. I know my mama did.
Better Gardens or whatever.
Yeah, next to the TV paper with everything on TV.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had one of those. If you didn't get that, you didn't know what was on TV back then.
It's terrible.
Yeah, terrible. We didn't have online menus. We only had menus. We only had 4 channels. Can you imagine that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we can only watch Bugs Bunny on Mondays, or Saturday mornings.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
so anyway, this one's I don't understand this one. $518,000 to study how cocaine affects Japanese quails.
So, did they have to buy the cocaine with that money?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's what I'm confused about.
That never even crossed my mind.
Because cocaine's expensive, right?
Well, I guess. I don't know. I've never bought it.
I was trying to trick you there.
Yeah, I've never bought cocaine. I've, we can sit here and admit things. I probably have partaked in weed before, but I've always been scared of cocaine. I've seen people do it and it freaked me out. So I would always leave. I didn't want to be around it. So
I'm
I don't know.
not snorting anything up my nose.
Yeah.
I can handle smelling pepper more or less. Cocaine.
Yeah, I've got an addictive personality and I was always scared I would be it. But it always made me nervous. But yeah, government money being spent on cocaine for one. Where do you even buy it? I mean, I guess they know where the cartels are. So they go up and ask them, hey, we're going to let you go today if you let us
might be on that ship that's stuck.
Yeah, in the canal. That's true. Had they ever got that thing out?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's unbelievable.
It's been stuck for a minute.
It was costing like $400 million a day to have that thing parked there.
Is that government waste?
I would think so. I can't believe they hadn't figured out how to get. Of course, that's a lot of weight. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's huge. I don't know how. I mean,
well, I'm guessing there's probably some cocaine on that boat somewhere.
Maybe that's why I don't want to move it.
I was worried about spending that much money on Japanese quails for one, but it never even crossed my mind. Where did they get the cocaine?
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
But why is there Japanese quails? Why can't they use American quails?
I don't know. I mean, what do they do? I guess we should look up the importance of Japanese quails and see if this is money well spent. But the government, according to this article, spent $518,000. Why would a quail take cocaine anyway?
I don't know.
I'm
you think it flies longer?
I don't know. During the war, one of the wars, they had honing birds or something like that. Birds are actually pretty smart from what I understand.
Didn't they do that in the old days and the bird had to take a letter to somebody?
Yeah.
What was that called?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
That's before your time.
Yeah, that was before my time. But I just can't imagine how do you give it? If you've ever had a dog or a cat, you ever tried to give a pill to a dog? They spit it out.
Yeah.
You got to put it in bologna or a hot dog or something.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get cocaine into a quail to take cocaine? Do they snort it? I don't. But again, what's the purpose?
I don't know.
Who cares how it affects Japanese quails? Surely the Japanese quail is not going to pick up cocaine on the side of the road and run into something. Maybe they're testing it to see if a Japanese quail gets cocaine. You ever see dead birds downtown because they don't see the glass and they run into it and it kills them? Maybe they're trying to protect the Japanese quail.
Maybe they're about to go extinct.
Is that the bird in Japan, the country's bird or something?
Or maybe they're the new mules for cocaine.
There you go.
You could fly it across.
But how would you tie it? I don't know how much cocaine is good cocaine. Is a big baggie of it good, or is it a small baggie enough for you? Or I don't know.
They say like a line.
Okay.
Don't ask us drug advice either, because you will probably overdose, because I have no idea how much.
Yeah. I'm still trying
to
cut
it with the credit card in the movie.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a lot. So I guess it doesn't take much to really affect your mind.
No.
But yeah. Well, anyway, they spent a lot of money on Japanese quails and the effects of cocaine.
The next one's even funnier.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I can't see it. What is it?
$3 million to study hamster fights.
Hamster fights. I'm not going to go into the reason why some people have hamsters. That's a topic altogether. It's a total different topic, and probably some of you know what I'm talking about, and I'll explain it to you later. Or was that gerbils? I think that was gerbils. But $3 million. I could see them spending money. Well, no, I can't, because one problem for years, especially in Kentucky, were cockfights. They had rooster fights and dog fights to see. But hamsters?
I had a hamster one time, and it was not a fun animal.
Did he live very long?
No.
Yeah.
They don't really do anything.
Yeah, they just kind of eat and crap all over the place, and you got to clean out the cage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should have looked up the reason for these things, but just seeing the dollar amount tied to them.
But is there really a logical reason for that? You think even if we looked it up?
I would think not.
I would think not.
I don't really care what a hamster does. I think they're snake food, from what I understand. Or rats or mice, or they're all kind of the same thing. I bet a snake would eat a hamster, but I'm trying to figure out why they would spend that kind of money on hamster fights. If you've got any clue, send us a message at info@shirleysway.com, because I'd love to know the reason behind cocaine and Japanese quails and studying hamster
fights. Is it PETA? Is that the animal thing?
Probably.
You think they'd be very happy to know that?
Do you know how many hamsters it would take to make a coat? I mean, that's usually what that PETA gets mad about, is killing animals to make fur.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were trying to see what the longest lasting hamster for a coat would be.
Yeah, I can't imagine how many coats it would take. You could make a hat out of a hamster, maybe, or a pair of gloves.
Maybe gloves.
Because it would take a lot of hamsters to make a coat.
Hamster coat?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe their fur is better.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we spent $3 million to study hamster fights. Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that one. Yeah, this is another one, and I know this was mentioned by a previous president, and he's right. Especially in today's world of COVID, real estate in big cities is going to take a hit, but they spent 1.7 billion, not million, billion with a B, on upkeep of over 770,000 buildings. Have you ever been to a government building?
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, they're huge, and most of them are so outdated. They don't do anything with them because they don't want to spend money, because the taxpayers complain if they spend money. Although I did see the vice president was upset because her new residence, the remodeling wasn't going fast enough or something. So we spend money on, and I'm not knocking her. Every president candidate or every person that comes in new to president, they remodel the White House for whatever reason. I don't know. They're giving so much money to remodel. New art, new carpet, something. I don't know, but we spend a lot of money on that stuff. But 700 and so why wouldn't we sell those, especially in today's world? I was
going to say you don't need them now.
No, in 2021, we're finding out that people can work from anywhere. And two, why are we sitting on that much real estate in 2021 when the real estate market's hot right now?
I have no idea.
I think Amazon could buy a lot of that and turn them into warehouses, probably, if they could get a good deal on it. But yeah, 770,000 buildings, that takes 1.7 billion for upkeep.
No, I'm sure that's yearly.
Oh yeah, this is annual stuff from what I understand on this list. So check it out, Reader's Digest, rd.com, government waste. What's that last one on? Well, last one, we can cover a couple more.
It says $1 million a year to print the Federal Register and give each member of Congress a copy every day.
You know, it's funny we talk about that one because we walked in, Andrew and Robert gave us a book to read, and you said, "What is this?"
I know.
Have you seen a book in a long time?
No, he said, "Do you read?" And I said, "Like an actual book?" No, I don't think. I mean, even through college, I don't think I actually read a physical book.
When's the last time you've seen a newspaper?
Years. I don't know.
So our government, again, I'm all for certain things that I think need to be done for the people in this country, but our government still spends $1 million a year to print a piece of a paper. I'm assuming I don't even know what the Federal Register is. Probably a magazine or a newspaper of some sort, but they print them out to give to every member of Congress. I guess during the sessions. I don't know.
Every day.
Yeah. Can't they create a PDF and create an app? It'd be cheaper to put that money into building an app for a mobile device and having the people go to it. Plus, you wouldn't have the print cost. Come on, government, get with it. $1 million to print the Federal Register and give every person a copy of it every day.
Wasteful.
I remember I used to travel a lot, and you could pay the hotel a little extra, and you would get a copy of the Wall Street Journal brought to your hotel room, and you would open your door and it'd be sitting on the ground as you open the door. I don't remember how much it was, but I don't know if they still do that. But I can't imagine printing anything in today's world. Again, that's the problem. Our government spends money on this stuff when they could take a little time, build an app, and push the content to the app much easily, much more efficiently. But is somebody that owns the printing company related to somebody in the government, so they've got that $1 million contract and they don't want to end it? I think that might be the reason why that's still happening. Somebody's brother's uncle's cousin, sister's nephew owns the printing company, and they're getting $1 million a year to print these. So that's a pretty good chunk of change. I would do that for $1 million a year. Print those out. You know, paper and ink's cheap these days.
Yep.
The government, get with it. Create an app, create a website. And let's push the content to those apps and that website all at the same time. You know, in today's world, an app and a website can all be one and the same. So it doesn't even have to be anything different. Just push the content to it.
Somebody asked us this morning, I think, if we had an app.
Okay.
Shirley's Way.
We talked about it. We just hadn't done it yet. It's pretty expensive for us to, well, we might, but yeah, it'd be much easier than us printing out a newsletter and trying to get the distribution and all that stuff.
Every day.
Yeah. Not to mention that Most people don't. When you print papers, you don't make the money off actually selling a paper for 25 cents. You make money off the ads. So is the Federal Register selling ads to cover the cost of the paper? So that's the kind of stuff that the government that doesn't do or doesn't think about. They could probably sell ads and make money and put towards the national debt if they wanted to, for this Federal Register. But yeah, $1 million a year to print a newspaper, and I'm assuming it's a newspaper, some sort of magazine. But let's go on. We got a couple more. We were going to do 2 podcasts, but I think we can kind of cover these.
I don't even know what the next one means.
I was going to ask you that.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah.
Okay. It says $615,715 to digitize Grateful Dead memorabilia.
Okay. So do you know who the Grateful Dead is?
No. It's a person? Okay, it's a movie. Is it a...
The Grateful Dead is one of the greatest rock bands ever.
Should have known.
Although Kiss, to me, is still the greatest rock and roll band ever. And you're finally picking up on some of their songs. We've been playing Kiss before our drawings, and she was up there dancing the other day. But the Grateful Dead, I wouldn't know any song that the Grateful Dead sings. You could play a song, and they'd say, hey, that's the Grateful Dead. And I'd say, oh, yeah, remember Kiss the other day? You said they were rock and roll all night. And you said, I didn't know Kiss sang that.
No, I knew the song. I just didn't know it was them.
Yeah, same thing with the Grateful Dead. You could probably play a song and say, did you know the Grateful Dead sang that? And it'd be a very popular song. And I'd say, no, I had no idea. But why does the government care? Why would they spend $615,000? Do you know what it means to digitize?
Like make all their stuff digital?
Yeah, years ago. Now think about this. Years ago, you used to have to buy these square things called 8-tracks. And you would put them in your player and you would play the music and you would have to hit rewind. So in today's world, we hit a part of the song we want to play and it plays it instantly. You'd have to sit and wait 2 or 3 minutes for the song to rewind on the 8-track tape. Have you ever seen an 8-track?
No.
Then we graduated to cassettes.
I was gonna say, I've seen a cassette or a VHS like movie thing, but
yeah, back in my day, if you wanted a song, you had to listen to it and catch it on the radio and hit play and record at the same time to record the song. So then we went to cassettes. Then we had albums all over that time, big records, which are making a comeback now. My daughter loves the albums, and she got some of that stuff for Christmas, and the sound quality is still not there. But the albums, for some reason, are making a comeback. So we had albums, and then we went to DVDs or CDs. You ever seen a CD? Okay, so we had CDs. So we went from 8-track to cassette. We had albums the whole time to CD. And now we have nothing. But all the old music that the Grateful Dead did was either probably on a record or an 8-track. And
so they're like putting them on iTunes.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. But why would the government care and why would they do that?
I don't know, because I have no idea who they are. So
was Trump a Grateful Dead person? Maybe I don't know. Of course, these were probably all done before he was in office. But I'm trying to wrap my head around one. Why would we spend government money on this? And this might not even be true. Again, this was on the Reader's Digest website. That's what we're basing all of our.
Oh, Jerry Garcia.
You looked them up?
Yeah. He was a founding. I know Jerry Garcia. I don't know him. I know his name.
Can you call him real quick and see how they got the government to pay for this?
Well, they ended before I was even born. So yeah. They were active from 65 to 95.
Well, that's actually, I was born in 70. So that was actually before my time.
I was trying to see some songs or see anything.
You could probably play a few and we probably both know them. But I don't know why. Hey, good for Jerry Garcia to get the government to foot the bill to digitize all their work. That's pretty amazing. He pulled that off, if this is even true.
Yeah.
Here's another one right up there with the buildings. And again, the IRS, $862,000 for IRS unused storage space. Again, that's another agency that needs to be updated because for years, you're supposed to keep documents for the IRS up to 7 to 8 years. Can you imagine the paper that you would have to have for the IRS, the space to store? So it looks like they may be getting away from some of the paper if it's unused storage space, but that's a lot of money, $862,000 for unused storage space. I don't know. Here's a good one, and I'm all for this. $500,000 given to IHOP.
Do you know what IHOP stands for? Trivia question.
I'm thinking it's the pancake place.
It is,
but why would they give them the International House of Pancakes?
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, see, I'm a little smarter than you think.
Question.
Yeah, but at 500, why would they give that to them?
I don't know. Pancakes are important. I bet Waffle House was upset.
Well, yeah, I would be ticked if I'd known the government gave their competitor $500,000, but it doesn't say for what, or
Nope.
we didn't write it down. Maybe we ought to look that site up and see why they gave them $500,000. But
is this the one that's on heritage.org?
It was the rd.com.
Oh, is that one?
I think. Yeah, rd.com/list/wasteful-government. Anyway, but yeah, it's I don't know, 500,000 IHOP. Hey, good for IHOP. They figured that out. And then the Census Bureau. I think everybody's supposed to sign up with the Census Bureau so the government knows you're here, so they can tax you and know exactly where you are. Although all of us are holding GPS devices with our phones, so they can tell where we're at any given time. And I'm sure they know exactly where we're sitting at a given time. I had somebody once say they said something on a phone call, and the FBI showed up asking them if they really meant. I don't know what they were talking about, but they said the FBI showed up because they heard a conversation and wanted to know what it was they were doing. I don't know. They know where we're at any given time.
Have you ever gotten the notification on your phone and it'll say, "Oh, your car's location has been newly marked"?
No.
Yeah, mine tells me where my car's parked.
You're fancy. Yeah,
I don't know how that happened. I didn't. Bougie. God.
That's bougie. No, I didn't know that. Yeah, they know exactly where we're at any given time. So I don't know why the Census Bureau really matters anymore. But they spent $202.5 million on a Super Bowl ad.
Super Bowl is important.
Yeah, but you know how much, you ever looked into ads?
Somebody said this one time, like a 30-second Super Bowl ad was like an astronomical amount.
It's like $1 million.
Yeah, for 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds. So, good for the Super Bowl. But yeah, I don't know why that would be so important.
Some of them are really good, though. I remember a few years back, the Budweiser commercial with the horse made everybody cry.
Yeah.
Everybody probably drank Budweiser for a month after that.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody watches the Super Bowl for the commercials, although the commercials weren't that good this year.
No.
So yeah, I don't know, but that's a lot of money. Hold on. My daughter sent me a message. Sorry about that. Got to take care of everything. So yeah, so $2.5 million the Census Bureau just to try and convince people to sign up and let the government know where you're at. I think that's what the Census Bureau is for. But yeah, you see a Super Bowl ad, you have to assume that company's rolling in some cash because it's not cheap. So anyway, tax dollars well spent. Here's another good one. Number 5.
1.7 million spent for holograms of dead comedians. I don't know one comedian by name unless it's Kevin Hart.
And he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's about 4 foot tall. So y'all would be about the same height. But
we get along great.
Yeah, hologram. I don't know. I
don't know. Holograms are pretty cool, but I don't know about dead comedians.
But why would the government spend that money on it?
I don't know.
That's the thing. You look at the stuff and think, why do they care? Why would they get involved? The government, the primary function of the government is to protect its citizens. Is something that I'm trying to think of some dead comedians that I know several. If you brought their names up, I was going to say Dan Aykroyd, but he's not dead. Or Eddie Murphy. That dude's hilarious, but he's not dead. I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my brain around why
Chris Rock. He's not dead though, but
no, he just kind of fell off the radar.
That's the only other one I know.
Yeah.
George Lopez, does he count as a comedian?
I don't like him.
What? He's funny.
No, he's not.
You don't remember his old show where they all with their bouncing heads?
I guess. I've never liked his show. Yeah.
It was funny.
But no, I love Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, unbelievable. He's hilarious, but they're not dead.
No.
So
I don't
those
know.
are the only ones I would want to see. But again, I'm trying to figure out why the government would spend money on something like that, unless they're creating a museum and charging people to go to the museum to see these holograms and make some money that way.
Well, do you believe in conspiracies?
Depends on what it is.
Well, I don't believe in this one, but there's a hologram out there of Tupac.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. So, I don't know if people believe that, that he's really still alive.
I've heard Tupac and Elvis are on an island somewhere along with Michael Jackson. So
I don't believe that, but I don't know who made that hologram of him.
I don't know. These celebrities.
I know Kardashians, they made a hologram of their dad.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, they got the money to spend.
I was going to say, there's no telling how much it was.
One of the most useless families in the country that are worth billions. It's insane. Yeah, good for them. They figured out how to make billions off of people. But yeah, I don't know why that. But yeah, I did hear Tupac Elvis, you know, when you get to a certain celebrity, you can't go anywhere without 1,000 people following you. I wouldn't put it past some of these people to fake their death just to be left alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still I still on TV see who shot Tupac conspiracy theories on TV and people going through that. All right, Washington will spend $2.6 million training.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah, you go for it. I can't even get it out.
Washington will spend $2.6 million training Chinese prostitutes to drink more responsibly on the job.
Hey, yeah, that's the important part.
I think it's hilarious. But I mean,
why Chinese prostitutes?
That's what I'm saying. So are we sending money to China?
I don't know.
For their prostitutes? Why not take care of ours?
I don't know. This is on heritage.org is the source we pulled this from. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, and this is actually very entertaining. So none of it may be true, but this is on websites, and I always trust the websites these days. But again, these two sites I think are pretty reputable. But yeah, I can't figure out why they singled out Chinese prostitutes because I don't, I've been to Vegas a lot. I don't think I've ever seen a Chinese prostitute. If I did, it may be one or two. Drinking responsibly as a prostitute is probably a pretty good thing because you got to be careful.
I mean,
but you're already being a prostitute, and I'm not knocking that business. I mean, to me, hey, go for it.
But see that I feel like that's a very strong word. Like there's different, like when I think of prostitute, I think of someone on the side of the road and they have like a pimp. But when I think of like escorts, that's like a whole business. That's like just, I mean, I guess you could spend good money on that.
I've never hired one.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I never hired one.
And then I think of like dancers.
I've been offered before. I was in the Philippines one time and I had this lady follow me around. She said, "Hey, American, come on over, American. I got one lady for you." And I kept ignoring her and she goes, "How about two for one, for one?" I went, "Wow,
BOGO.
2 for 1." That's right. But no, I've always been scared of that line of work. So I don't know, but they do, and they're not really considered prostitutes, I guess. But if you drink too much, it could turn into a prostitute. There's a whole thing out there where guys want to look like they've got the lady on their arm. So they'll pay women X amount of dollars to go to a party with them, some hot girl to go to a party with them. And so I guess if you're Chinese and they train you to not drink so much, if you're one of these people hanging on the guy's arm, then it won't lead to things that you probably wouldn't do if you weren't drinking.
I'm trying to think.
That's what it is.
The training.
But why Chinese prostitutes? I mean,
why Japanese quails? No idea.
I don't know. I guess American quails don't do cocaine.
Yeah.
I've
or
never
American
seen
prostitutes maybe just drink too much and they can't be trained.
Well, that's probably true too. I mean, so I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, that's a lot of money to spend. And if you add all this up, a lot of people say, yeah, but it's a net. But if you add 2.6 million plus 862,000 plus 3 million plus 1.7 billion plus, you're adding up a lot of money. Even though I get it's a net in the national. But if you start knocking those things out, eventually you could probably balance the budget. But
yeah.
I don't know. You found this one, this GAO audit class.
Yeah, this is a big one. We don't have to say the whole thing, but yeah, it says the GAO audit classified nearly half of all purchases on government credit cards. So I don't even know who has access to these credit cards, but as improper, fraudulent, or embezzled. And examples of taxpayer-funded purchases included gambling, mortgage payments, liquor, lingerie, iPods, Xboxes, jewelry, internet dating services, and Hawaiian vacations. So it says one extraordinary example, the Postal Service spent $13,500 on one dinner at a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, including over 200 appetizers and over $3,000 of alcohol, including 40 bottles of wine costing more than $50 each, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I'm all for it, and we've had this conversation. I believe if you take care of your people, they're going to work hard and do the right things. And some of this stuff I'm okay with. And if the one thing it didn't list is how many people at the Postal Service went to that dinner. Ruth's Chris is expensive.
81 guests.
Okay.
Consumed an average of $167 worth of food and drink.
Well, at Ruth's Chris, that's not a bad bill for one person.
I don't think so.
And I'm cool with that. But gambling, lingerie, iPods,
mortgage payments,
Xboxes, internet dating.
That's government credit cards.
Yeah. Come on, government. Let's get it together. And again, this might not be true. So I don't know who the GAO audit is, GAO. So look it up for yourself. It's very entertaining. And again, I believe in taking care of the people that work for you, because if they're that good, they should be taken care of and treated like kings and queens. So I believe in firmly taking care of people, and I don't have a problem spending money on a nice dinner for people that have really went above and beyond to bring money in for our organization. But yeah, some of those things are a little, an Xbox, jewelry, internet dating. What was the internet dating site, or was it a porn site that got busted? Not busted, but they got hacked, and all the people that had accounts got, they exposed them all. And there was a lot of government officials on that list. I'm trying to think of who it was. Anyway, it was a website a while back, but everybody was sitting on the edge of their seat waiting to see if their name was going to be released that had been on this site. No. So yeah, so anyway, I guess that's where the internet dating thing came from. But you know, if you got a company credit card, you got to be careful what you use it for and make sure it's morally and ethically correct, especially a government credit card. Wow, this one's a good one. I'm gonna start a new business, and I'm gonna rearrange desks for the government. So this one here says the Securities and Exchange Commission spent $3.9 million rearranging desks and offices at Washington, D.C. headquarters. I'd have done it for $2.5 million. I would have. I mean, I'd have cut them a heck of a deal. We'd have given them a discount, saved our taxpayers money, and I'd have done it for $2.5 million. And then I'd have bought a Shirley's Way Island in the middle of the Pacific to send cancer patients to, so they can enjoy the rest of their life.
I just don't understand. $3.9 million to move a desk? I move desks for free all the time.
So you're going to undercut me? You're going to do it for free?
Yeah.
Got to make something.
I might do it for $1 million.
Well, okay. I was going to do it for $2.5 million. So I'll do it for 2.5. I'll pay you $1 million, and I'll still keep the $1.5 million.
Oh, there you go.
How's that?
Totally fair.
Teamwork. But yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean, I know large corporations spend a lot of money moving people around. I've seen people move multiple times during the year, and they'll say, "Why are you moving?" I don't know. They told me I had to, so they'll move cube to cube, the office to office. But I don't. $3.5 million to rearrange desks. Anyway, the last one we got on the list, and I don't even know if I understand it. The Pentagon recently spent $998,000 shipping 2 19-cent washers from South Carolina to Texas. Like a washing machine?
I think so.
19 cent? I didn't know you could get those. 19 cent in Texas, and $293,000 sending an 89-cent washer from South Carolina to Florida. I don't even know why you would do something like that.
So do washers really only cost less than $1 to make, and they just mark them up?
Well, I'm taking this as a washing machine that you got to put money in to wash your clothes is what I was thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too.
But you may have thought of something different. But I thought it took more than that.
Or do you think it's like a washer, like for a car part? Probably that. Might be a washer, like, you need washers for bolts and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be that.
I was thinking clothes, but yeah.
I don't either.
219. Oh, yeah, washers. I'm thinking of washers that you would put on a boat. There you go. That makes more sense. I was thinking a clothes washer. You put your clothes in, and I don't know how you would get 19 cents in the clothes washer, because I think it only takes quarters. Yeah, 2 19-cent washers from South Carolina and spending 89 cents. Wow.
I don't get it.
Yeah, because you got to think that they've got hardware stores in South Carolina. You got to think there's some in Texas. Did they have a contract with this guy that, hey, if this person got $998,000 out of our government, more power to you, man. I think that's awesome.
But I mean, it's not like it's going across countries. It's going from South Carolina to Texas.
I would have driven that from South Carolina to Texas.
And then South Carolina to Florida for
$500,000. I'd have saved them money, because those two, $998,000 plus $293,000, that's about close to $1.3 million. I'd have done it for $500,000 and saved the taxpayers $730,000.
Yep.
I'm calling me somebody.
$100,000.
I'm going to start a business driving washers around the country.
Driving washers and rearranging desks.
Yeah. Or digitizing rock and roll music. Well, anyway, folks, this is our episode for today. Trying to wrap our heads around government waste, and I'm sure we'll come up with some more. If you've got a link and want to send it to us, send it to info@shirleysway.com. We would love to cover more of these because, again, I'm all for the government doing the right things. But when you're dealing with diseases like cancer and things like that, there's tons and tons of money, billions of dollars raised every year to find a cure. But we got to get serious about it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to get serious. You know, if we're taking in that much money, one, the medicine should be free because it's all been paid for by donations. And two, you know, the government spends money on things like this, but we can't get them rolling. First I was told by a friend, and he's pretty high up, that they've been working on the COVID vaccine for 6 or 7 years. They've known about different variants of COVID, so they've been testing things for years. Why can't we put that much effort towards cancer or diabetes or MS or things that truly affect people every day? COVID's horrible. I get it. It's affected a lot of people. I just read an article today. It was the third leading killer of people in 2020. The third. I didn't look to see what the first two was. I'm assuming cancer was up there.
Mm-hmm.
But why can't we take it serious? Take some of this money for a couple years and roll it into funding to find a cure and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I did see the other day that one of the ladies, the scientist behind the COVID vaccine, she claims that they're close and feel that COVID has given them the ability to do more research on cancer. And she claims there'll be a cancer vaccine one day, which would be amazing.
Well, yeah. And I know we've had this conversation before, but like the cervical cancer vaccine, Gardasil, I mean, I got that like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've had that for a while.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's going to start being more vaccines for different types.
I hope so. We've figured out COVID in a short time period, and we've been fighting cancer for years and years and years. And so anyway, again, government waste, take it for what you want, research, figure out. And if you see something that's wasteful, call your representative, call your senators and let them know. And let's start taking a stand on this stuff. It's crazy.
I agree.
So, Kelly, how can people support Shirley's Way?
Well, here we are going. Tomorrow's April 1st.
Wow.
We're just flying through the year. I
got to think of a good joke for you on April 1st.
Is
April Fool's Day still a thing? Do people still do that?
You just have to be careful what kind of prank you do.
Yeah, you could offend somebody these days and be in a lot of trouble.
Yes, you could. But to help out Shirley's Way, we are more than a quarter of the way through 2021. But we are pushing for $1,010 monthly donors. That's $10,000 a month. $120,000 a year, and that can help out a lot of cancer patients in our community. Go to shirleysway.org to sign up and learn more.
Yeah, we do 4 raffles, one a monthly and the other 3 every week. So if you go to our website and go to the gaming top tab, it'll list all those games, and those are a lot of fun. We've got a YouTube channel. We do interviews, talk to patients, talk to doctors, talk to our sponsors. All that stuff's out on our YouTube channel. So check it out, and we will see you at the next episode.
Talk to you soon.